I'm Brian.
And I'm Natalie.
And we just bought this property here in Montrose, Colorado. We've lived in North Carolina for the last 20 years. How did we decide on this location?
We love the mountains.
We love the mountains.
So this seemed like the right thing to do.
So what do we plan to build?
We are going to build a barn for our RV.
Yeah, but we're starting this story kind of in the middle. We need to go back in time to help explain why we want a western base camp and why we think Montrose is a good location for it. This story starts during one of our many vacations to Colorado. During our 2017 summer vacation, we rented a Jeep JK from a 4x4 rental company in Silverton and drove the entire Alpine Loop. It was eye-opening. Although we've virtually grown up in the mountains, this trip showed us a different way to experience them. We made plans to return someday with our own Jeep and explore the West as we have never done before. We wanted a place in the Southwest, a base camp, to use as a jumping point for our adventures. But from where? For many years, we have used the AAA Indian Country map as a guide. It maps the area roughly from Interstate 40 in the south to I-15 in the west to I-70 in the north and I-25 to the east. It's a dry and arid place, but it has fantastical features, and many national parks have been created within the boundaries of this map. We love the mountains, and we wanted a base camp where we could see the mountains but not be in them. We wanted to be near a town with good infrastructure for growth. We also wanted to be no more than an hour away from an airport that could connect us to the rest of the country. And we wanted to be within the boundaries of the Indian Country map. These rules were the inspiration for our 2021 summer tour. We knew that simply looking at a map was not enough. We needed boots on the ground. Not only did we hit 17 national parks and monuments that summer, we also visited many areas we targeted for a future base camp. First up was Santa Fe and Taos, New Mexico. Both were very nice areas, but with no significant mountain views, one of our requirements, we moved on. We loved the Sedona area with its red rocks and green trees. It was as if you were living inside of a national park. There were trails galore, but man is it crowded. Even in late spring, it was way too crowded for our blood. We traveled through the hurricane area. Wow, has it grown up since the last time we were there. Fantastic mountain views with a beautiful blue lake. It stayed on our short list. We spent a lot of time in Moab. The La Salle Mountains were gorgeous, and with 2 national parks and the Colorado River running through it, it seemed like a great location. But it was late spring, and it was super hot already, with no airport close. Even though we loved the area, it fell off the list. We spent time north of the Indian Country map, but we felt like we needed to do more research, as the mountains up north were fantastic, but where were the airports? We wanted to hit Montrose, because on paper it hit all of our criteria. We just didn't get there on our summer trip. After spending Christmas in California with family, we stayed a few nights in the Montrose area to get to know it better. It was cold and we got snowed on, but the San Juan Mountains were stunning. Black Canyon of the Gunnison, a national park, you know, is only 10 minutes away. Ouray is 30 minutes away. Telluride is an hour away. And have you heard of the $1 Million Highway? Well, it starts here on its way to Silverton. And how about the Jeep trails? Last Dollar, Ophir, Imogene, Black Bear, just to name a few. Even after running around in the snow for a few days, it felt good. We were sold. We returned to North Carolina with a goal: find something in Montrose that we could make into our Western base camp. We spent the rest of the winter scouring the internet for anything that would suit our needs. We looked at a few properties when we were here, but with snow on the ground
and in the air, it was really hard to get a good feel.
Additional rules were added.
Like one, we wanted a place to park more than one RV on it.
And we wanted a structure large enough to fit any sized RV inside.
But on top of that, we wanted a small living space where we could hang out when we were here.
So we used the internet and we found a few properties in the area that kind of worked for us. Then we found this farmland.
And we jumped on it.
Our realtor FaceTimed with us and we purchased the property virtually.
We didn't actually see this property until the day we signed the papers.
Sight unseen. So tune in to the next episode.
And follow along.
And we'll try to explain what we plan to do here.
See you next time.